Firstly, did you just see that?
Outcomes of this world.
I don't know. This is where we live in a different life. Any human being.
Now, back to the topic of the conversation. I got some beefcakes. I don't know what you call it. 700 grams of beefcakes. 40 grams of protein worth of yogurt. And then I also have a sauce and a can of tuna, just to make sure I hit my protein. But yeah, I guess young people especially sort of stress about what to do, what sort of plan or meaning, what sort of thing they should chase. And I got a lot of friends that don't even know what they're going to do, what they're going to become, and they are already in a sort of university or are taking a degree, and sort of question that, but they want to make sure that they actually do something rather than doing nothing. But maybe we should sort of take a look at what doing nothing means. Let's say you make sure that what I basically did, taking a free year and all that stuff, sort of doing different things. Currently what I'm doing right now, just to make sure that I sort of, I don't know, do something different and sort of learning, getting a sort of different perspective of things, and and sort of experience different things, and you learn a lot from that. So, and sort of learning about stuff, doing different things, it takes time, which is why I did a free year, and I still I'm not sort of doing a free year, but I'm, taking up a bunch of, what you call it? I don't know, but I'm taking up a bunch of classes, let's say classes, and making sure that I also do different things, sort of making my brain running, making sure that I am not just sort of, I'm not going to say dead in the brain, but making sure that I also always sort of learn different things, because you unlock different things, right? And I think we all can have sort of if you already know what you want to do, amazing. But if you don't, I would recommend doing a free year, but making sure that you actually do something in that free year. I traveled a lot. I did a bunch of things, and I still sort of do that sort of habit. But also sort of questioning throughout that year, and sort of the different things of what do I really want? What do I really need to do? And it doesn't necessarily need to be the specific things, right? You start by doing, do I like to help people? Do I like to do math? Do I like to do sort of law? Do I like to do running activity? All these different things. Do I like to own things? Do I like to be an entrepreneur? Oh, there's a cat. There's a cat here. Oh, he's staring at me. He doesn't care because he has to get a mouse. He's shaking his ass in my face. What is he doing? Okay. But, oh, this cat just ruined my combo. But, you don't necessarily, you don't start on the specific jobs. You start by doing, do I like, and continuing on this, do I like nature? Do I like geography? Do I like how the nature is? Do I like, or am I fascinated by the stars, right? You start by doing that, and then you sort of do these small changes that I talked about yesterday. You do these small sort of things. Okay, this doesn't work. Okay, that. Okay, this doesn't work. Okay, that. Okay, this doesn't work, and then that, and then you continue, right? This cat is on my. Yeah, he was sort of scared there, but you just start continuing on these different things, right? don't necessarily go entirely crazy, but make sure that you do something, right? Making sure that you do something, right? Something different. And the cat is now running at my door. Okay, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of people that doesn't still know what they're doing, me included. I think it's a sort of question, and a sort of existential question of that we will never get answered, or doesn't necessarily need to get answered, but it doesn't really need to be stuck in your head all the time. One day at a time, and make sure that you do something that you like, because you can get very far just doing something that you like. I like to do many different things, but let's say if I had one thing I was obsessed about, let's say playing the guitar, I would become very, very good if I just played it hours every single day in a way that you sort of do. You can achieve whatever you want as long as you put the work in. So find something you like and just try to master it, and sort of have that sort of thing to open new ways, right? You like to play guitar, okay, let's go to a bar, let's go to a jazz or blues sort of club, meet some people that are like the same thing. I like humor, I go to more shows, right? You just, there's different sort of ways to do different things. So yeah, there's a lot of different things, but if you still don't know, it's fine. You just, we all, I think we all sort of have something that we like to do, and the variety, or the sort of the so broad of what you can do in life and be successful in. There's, I mean, people are getting super successful and famous on social media for doing everything, absolutely everything, as long as it's satisfying or good or whatever it is to the watchers is okay. It doesn't necessarily need to be that. So there's a bunch of things that you can do, and you don't necessarily have to do social media to do that. But yeah, there's, we all don't know what we're doing, right? We don't know this and that. We don't know the biggest universal, questions. Therefore, we don't know actually what we're doing here. So in the broader and bigger sort of question, we don't know. And we don't know how long we're going to live our lives. Therefore, make the most out of it while you can. Have a laugh, have a smile, and be kind. And you're going to get pretty far. Pretty damn far. I still live at my mom. I'm 21. And that's okay. I love my mom. I love to be close to her. I love to see her every day, right? So, as well as it's very cheap to live here compared to in the city. So, to all the people who still live at home and don't really know, it's fine. There's a certain point where you maybe should consider living away, but if it isn't necessary and whatever, and if it isn't part of your plan, don't. If it is part of your plan to move out, do that, right? So try to make a plan. It doesn't need to be a well planned plan. It can be whatever plan. Be good at playing guitar. I'm gonna start there. Get a guitar. Start to do whatever, and then you continue, right? Doing the small things, search things up, or just do things by yourself, and you then become better. So yeah, relax, okay? One day at a time. And every time I see these sort of lectures about they talk about the exam, and then you start to get nervous, right? Because you only start thinking about the exam, what is going to happen, and you don't feel prepared right now, but even though it's 3-4 weeks away, you still don't feel prepared right now, but it's so far away and you still have time to prepare. But that isn't what you feel right now compared to how you compared to the exam. You feel like you want to be prepared right now, when even though the exam is so far away. So one day at a time. It's literally that, one day at a time. Stop. You have a plan for this day, and the next, and the next, and the next. Chill, relax. Going to do great. So yeah, the food is getting warm, and I need to get the fuck out. So I hope you had a good day. Hope you will have a good day. I wish you the best as always. Have a laugh, have a smile, and be kind. This isn't real, but this is more like a poem. I had a bad day. Things didn't go my way. But now I get home and I'm satisfied. Because I was kind, because I was nice, and I had a nice conversation with a lovely, lovely person. Take care. Goodbye.